Everybody, welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. I'm your host, Matt Connarton. To my right, in the very fancy jacket, is John Hopwood.
Hello, Matt.
From Ward 13. If you were watching live, you might have seen us a few minutes ago. Over here, we have Bonnie Wright, who is coming back to update us on the GMO situation with the bill. And in this corner, my honor and privilege to introduce to all of you, I never thought I'd get to say this, the next president of the United States. Vermin Supreme.
Matt, the president of New Hampshire.
For starters.
Didn't we reveal a conspiracy?
I don't know. I don't want to believe that it's a conspiracy. I want to believe he's the real deal.
He's a libertarian. Once you talked about lasers shooting out from the reconstructed Old Man of the Mountain, you had him.
And the flame, shooting flame.
Yes.
But
the lasers are the best part.
Of course.
Yes.
And wasn't there, speaking of our Second Amendment rights, weren't you well armed when you went to Concord to file for the presidency?
Yes, indeed I was. I felt it was very important to pander to my gun-loving, gun-nut libertarian base here up in New Hampshire. And so I had this vision of, my vision didn't quite go over the top. There's still opportunities for that, but my vision was long guns crossed across my front, long guns crossed across my back, and one long gun strapped to each leg.
Yes.
Couldn't put that together, but what we did put together was a very impressive array of firearms, I believe. I had this little golf cart that I was pulling behind me, two-wheel thing with a little golf bag, and that had two shotguns sticking in it. Then I had strapped to my back a Mouseburger pistol grip pump action, whatever the gauge was, I don't know, but that one had a flower and a balloon with a smiley face and an American flag sticking out of the barrel, and then I had a Glock on my hip, and then I had a 38 Smith & Wesson strapped to the outside of my boot.
You didn't have anything under your boot?
I didn't. I had that recently corrected in the Australian broadcasting system. They did claim that I had it under the boot, but I felt that brought it to another level. I thought it would be a very good exercise and opportunity for me to utilize the Second Amendment in addition to the First Amendment and make this statement. And because I had no problem, it felt very comfortable. I felt good about it because the people I was with were all down with it, and I realized, of course, that I was timing it to go right in before Ben Carson.
Yes.
I saw that. I usually wait for the last day of the filing. In 2008, it was Hillary, so I bullhorned her up. In 2012, I got to chase Rick Perry up the stairs. And the funny thing about chasing him up the stairs, I was peppering him with questions. I was from here to there. It's like, sir, do you think your hair can beat Mitt Romney's hair? And just about the toothbrushing and the zombies. And then I remembered, it's like, hey, Rick Perry, hey, where's your gun? Where's your gun, Rick Perry? Hey, did you bring your gun, Rick Perry? Oh, you're not so tough without your gun, are you, Rick Perry? And I started chasing him down the hallway.
And he couldn't handle the tough questions.
He could not. He clearly did not have his gun with him at the time.
Now, Vermin, do you really think you can collar the Second Amendment vote and hear the live free or dates? Live free or dates. I'm still thinking about Donald Trump.
Oh yes, that was quite the photo.
Do you think that you can actually garner the Second Amendment vote when you can't even recall the gauge of that shotgun?
Sir, I believe my own personal ignorance on any particular issue is completely irrelevant and not germane to my candidacy. My own personal opinions, how I might feel about something, have no bearing on my campaign or what I'm presenting to you. So therefore, sir, I would have to heartily disagree. Thank you very much.
He's very smooth. He's slick. He's like Slick Willie.
I think he learned a little from Rick Perry while he was chasing him.
Now back to my story. A shout out to the beautiful folks from Shaolin Rifle Works and the Bardo Project who acted as my gun valets, who armed me up, as it were. And we met at Area 23 in Concord that morning, and we met with the people, and they strapped me up.
Good people, yeah.
And we went to the State House, and it was very entertaining because all the activity was going on in the front. It was, I scheduled myself 15 minutes before Ben Carson. I knew I was going to mess up his show. I called up the State House to let them know I was coming 15 minutes before Ben Carson.
Did you?
They're like, okay. And then an officer, a state trooper from the security detail, called me back and wanted to know if there's any security that I needed. Did I need anything security-wise? And I said,
Very
no,
considerate.
it's totally fine. I'll be open carrying myself. And he was like, well, maybe you should leave it in the car. And I said, oh, well, it's more of a political statement, so
and it's your right.
Yeah.
and it is my right in New Hampshire. Legal in New Hampshire, legal in the State House. So that's
Yeah.
why I felt very confident doing so. But he explained to me that at that time when Ben Carson was filing, that the Secret Service were going to have the place in lockdown. So they had established a secure zone upstairs. And so I realized that it was more than likely, in order for me to achieve my filing, that I would have to disarm. Although my initial vision was, of course, open carry filing.
Yes.
So when I got there, we were going to go around the front of the State House, where it looked like the commotion was, where the checkpoints and all this was. However, we parked in the back, the plaza.
Right.
So I was crossing the plaza with my entourage, and there was a woman on the steps. And I said, oh, hi, Vermin Supreme. And she got very excited. She was with the Historical Society. And she was like, Vermin, come on up. Can you have your picture taken with the time
Arnie
capsule?
Arneson.
And I'm like, yes, I can. And so we went up with, they carried up my golf cart up into the back door, where there was no security, no checkpoint, no nothing.
Yeah.
And so we did succeed in fully open carrying all the weaponry, in having our photograph taken in the little historic area.
Yeah.
And it was very exciting. Everybody was excited to see me. They were all used to seeing the guns. And, of course, it was so festive, and there was so much else going on. Maybe it wasn't even registering that I had guns. But then when I left there, it was then that the Secret Service sent up a smallish woman agent, I guess, to start off de-escalatory, and just said, oh, Vermin, you're here to file. I said, yes. Come with me, sure, whatever. Go down the one hallway, down the other hallway, and it was there that she asked me to disarm.
Yeah.
And we got into a discussion. I wasn't there to argue it, because, frankly, that particular instance was more the act of being there with the guns, interacting with the Secret Service, letting them know that they were in the wrong, and that the law in New Hampshire does allow us to carry weapons like that. And she said she understood that, and so we went outside to the little rally outside, and I disarmed. My gun valets helped me disarm, and I was also not allowed to carry this toothbrush in, also deemed
Really?
as dangerous as any of the guns I had, apparently.
Clearly, the
And-
Secret Service is not concerned with gingivitis.
and they would not let me bring in my pony, my pink
Really?
pony, because it had metal on its claws, and it could have been a weapon. So as far as the Secret Service, toothbrushes, ponies are just the same as guns in that instance.
Yes.
And so then we did go up. We went through the hallways. There was like hundreds of Ben Carson supporters, and I'm waving and meeting them and campaigning to them, and people they're just all confused. And of course, part of my strategy over the years is hijacking other candidates' events.
Yeah.
And so it was like there was the Bill Gardner's office was just packed full of media, and boom, I was there, and I just filibustered.
Yes.
And I just filibustered, and I just made Ben Carson wait. And then when I was done, I left, and I gave an interview with MUR, and it's like they wanted to see the guns and wanted to know about the open carry thing, and
Yeah.
and I said, well, yes, of course. And why did you do this today? Because I am an angry white man with a very small penis.
Is that explain the
Good
toothbrush?
reason as any.
Is that your compensating?
Yes, it is.
Wow, that is a large toothbrush.
It once again
What do you
alluding
use it to wash?
alluding to your
Must have
question.
big teeth.
Alluding to your question, in my campaign, and once again, it's the reason that I believe that I'm so effective is the lack of the lack of whats that I give, and the fact that I can do these different things. I mean, I was doing an open carry, although I have a very important and long-standing anti-gun contingency. I have constituents who are vehemently against it,
Yeah.
but I have such political capital that it wasn't a problem.
Yeah.
And I can make fun of my gun nut consistency, and they have no problem with it. And it's all fun because everybody knows that I'm just making fun of everybody.
You said they have no problem with that, but Tammy Simmons, who is the chairman of the Manchester Republican Party, and she was
Hi, Tammy.
She was part of the Rand Paul campaign,
Oh.
and she did
Sorry, Tammy.
Sad day for Tammy.
She did not allow you into, I think it's some opera house, not in Derry, but Milford.
It was
New
the
Hampshire.
Milford, yes. It was the
Milford, they
video that you saw early.
The
in
video
Milford.
that we took. They
It
would
was
not allow you in.
Rand Paul's big kickoff event.
And Tammy is one of the great supporters of the Second Amendment. She would fully support your right to use lasers.
Sure.
Good God, not just up in
that
the reconstructed Old Man in the Mountain, but right here in Ward, whatever ward we're in now, Ward 13, Ward 10,
Great.
and Ward 6.
Your
Ward 6.
Your ward.
Ward 6,
Yes,
people. That's
yes.
my
I'm going
ward.
to carry Manchester
I'm
Ward
going to carry
6.
Ward 6.
Yes. Top of the ballot.
Yes, it's true. However, she respectfully reached out to me. Once again, my interactions with all the candidates, all their handlers, nobody's happy to see me coming.
They don't want the verbal
happy to see me. I was on the same list.
They do not want to see me at their events. If they can keep me from their events, they will do so. That's why.
I know they were looking for you at a Trump event. They were waiting for
Oh,
you.
really? Yeah.
Oh yes, oh yes.
One in Nashua.
So I did attend that Milford event for Rand Paul.
Yeah.
But Tammy did reach out. She said,
Oh, she was very polite,
it would be
yeah.
great if if you were here to support Paul. It would be wonderful. But since you're not, I'm gonna not allow you in, which is their right. I mean,
Yeah,
I understand
yeah.
it. It's their
And
game.
she did allow me.
When the lesser known candidate debate, when the the New Hampshire Institute of Politics disinvited me from attending. That's okay. It's their ball game. I get
that
it.
wasn't right.
I didn't know. I didn't
That
know
wasn't
they,
right.
I saw you there 4 years ago.
Yes.
At an event, I saw you glitter bomb Randall Terry.
Yes.
And turn him gay.
You're correct.
And I've been dying to ask you since.
He hasn't been seen since.
Yeah, I mean, is he a homosexual now? Is
Well,
that?
all I can say for sure is
like
that
Steve
in
Valancourt,
his
he
own blog,
disappeared
in his own blog, he was recounting it shortly after, and he said it had no impact on his sexuality.
Okay, all
but I
right.
think he was gay to begin with, quite frankly.
Right. He's just like a self-loathing.
Yeah,
gay
I think he's just
person.
sort of open about it.
Yeah.
But the thing at the Institute of Politics, apparently there was collateral damage. Apparently, I turned their carpet gay. And all that glitter, soaked in the carpet, and apparently it being a college, a little slightly conservative college.
Yes.
They had some slight problems with that, and that is why I believe that I was disinvited from the event.
Well, it is
Yeah.
a Catholic institution, and
Yes,
they
and
had their
there
problems
they
with-
are in the debate hall, and they have a
Yeah.
totally gay carpet. and-
Yeah, because then you're turning a bunch of Catholics gay who are walking on the carpet.
Yeah,
could be-
that's
their-
strictly
their
taboo.
shoes could be turning gay. It's
Right,
just-
right.
It's a thing.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I believe that was a problem. But they did, although they disinvited me to the event and told me I wasn't welcome on the premises.
Really?
The note they sent me did invite me to stand outside and hold a sign, which I did.
Oh, yeah,
They,
yeah.
they taped off a little area just for me and a couple
Yeah.
supporters, and it was nice.
Yeah.
And it was nice.
So is glitter not being banned in the state of New Hampshire?
Just at the New Hampshire Institute of Politics. I don't believe there's any legislation.
Somebody will come up with something.
It
Somebody
could
always
happen.
does. Yeah.
What about Ted Cruz? There's somebody that
I
needs
had
to be
an
glitter
awesome
bombed.
time with Ted Cruz.
Yeah.
I guess it was earlier in the season, but it was at a Republican leadership conference. And the beautiful thing about this part is because it's like I'm practically a beloved figure. I mean, it's really weird, but years ago I was just known as this terrible presence, this disrupting force that was going to come and screw everything up for everybody. But at this point, the people of New Hampshire, they just love me.
Yes,
So
yes.
I go to these Republican events, like the Republican, the GOP First in the Nation leadership conference they had there.
Yeah.
And, the state people, they love me, but the national campaigns, they're still frightened of me.
Yes.
I
Now-
think it's a fashion statement because in
Yeah.
2008 your boot had buckles on it. It wasn't as becoming
yes,
as
it was
this
a galosha, but the balance was off.
I wish I could do that, but I'm not even comfortable in a hat. Now, Bonnie has some GMO legislation, and I'm curious, and that's being voted on next Wednesday, Bonnie, is that right?
A week from,
Here in
we
New Hampshire?
believe it'll be
And
on the
this
House
is-
calendar
This
on
is
Friday.
to make better GMOs, bigger ones.
Yeah, I was curious your
More awesome
position on this.
GMOs?
Oh.
Make sure you don't shake hands with her.
Yeah, everyone should shake.
Already.
Oh no! Oh no!
How about
Now.
Someone's gonna lose.
if we make the giant GMO vegetables, if we label them with giant labels?
If they're labeled, that's fine.
Okay.
I don't care if
Oh,
they're
it's just a
labeled.
labeling
If
thing.
your horses are labeled, that's fine.
Oh, that's fine.
If your toothpaste is labeled, that's fine.
Aw, that's wonderful. So maybe Bonnie can be on your short list for
label,
VP.
label everything. You know, I don't have a problem with that. I don't think so.
Well, you just shook my hand, and I got to warn you that
have a
you're the
cold?
third. I do, but you're the third presidential candidate that
Zika
I've
virus.
met. And I shook hands with Martin O'Malley, and now he's out of the race. I shook hands with
Yeah.
Rand Paul, and he's now out of the race. So Rand Paul was not in favor of labeling. Martin O'Malley was kind of wishy-washy. So I think the trick would be, if you're in support of mandatory labeling, like HB 1674, New Hampshire's current labeling bill that we're going to probably hear on the House floor on a week from today, if you're in support of that, then I think you're probably safe.
Now, Bonnie, if I were to consider endorsing or giving a nod to your bill, just how many votes can you deliver to me for bills in the House?
Yeah, I told you he was slick.
Probably 6.
6. Is that enough?
It's better than 5.
I can do what I can, you know.
Every little bit helps.
Okay.
She's got 2,500
I'm hoping to
followers.
introduce some legislation into the State House by proxy in the coming season. So, yes, I will take this under advisement, and let's give it a sure, why not? Chairman gives me a sure, why the hell not? What do I care?
All right. All
Thank
right.
you.
Supreme.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Until I hear otherwise. But once again, that's the beauty of my campaign. I can be for and against something
Yes.
within minutes. It doesn't really matter.
Well, you have some core issues, though, you always stick to,
Oh,
like
of
the
course.
ponies and the
Yes,
toothbrush.
yes,
and,
and that's the beauty of that. I mean,
Yes.
any issue, pretty much any issue, can come back to the talking points of ponies or toothbrushing
Yes.
or zombies. And
Or
people-
GMOs.
And they call it satire.
Now, you didn't mention the zombies on Ward 13. What-
Zombies.
Yeah, we didn't get into that
Ward
yet.
13 officially endorsed you. What's this about zombies?
Oh yes, no, that's been a
We
part
used
of my
the
platform
coin
for-
toss.
No,
That's true, yes.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing.
We'll have to do a coin toss on Matt's show,
I agree,
too.
yes.
I am
to
the only
determine.
candidate who fully has a plan for zombie apocalypse awareness and dealing with the imminent zombie apocalypse, and that is, of course, harnessing the awesome power of zombies through utilizing the latest in giant hamster wheel technology. We just sort of dangle the brains in front of them, and there you go. And they turn
be
the
better than
turbines,
Northern
and it's
Pass.
boom, clean, green, carbon neutral. It's the future. Between that and ponies and methane gas and their tiny little hoof prints, and then phasing out fossil fuels and returning and the enforced victory gardens and all of these things. It's a comprehensive program to remake America in a terrible dystopia in the future. So I need your help, and together we will ride our ponies into a zombie-powered future. And of course, if you want to know more about it, look up Blueprint for a New America. It is my position paper. It's sort of an autoerotic, futuristic fan fiction that I've been working on for quite some time, and some of it's on the internet.
Now, I just have to say right now, you're coming out the zombie-powered future, which, like we said,
Yes, you're for it.
it'd probably be better than Northern Pass and cheaper.
Yeah. Sure.
But you realize look at who you've slighted now. All the people that are into vampires, and what about werewolves?
And what about our jobs? Zombies are going to do all our jobs. We're all going to be unemployed.
If we could train them properly, maybe so. But once again, of course, in a pony-based, in Ponitopia, there will be zero unemployment because everybody will be employed picking up pony poop, pretty much.
Oh, okay.
And so, and you'll
And
receive
it's
pony
so
poop
tiny
credits
from the genetic.
And, yeah,
But you're going to in my
Well,
show, we're
there's-
going to be tiny.
there's and giant. There's going to be all sorts
Oh,
of different
okay.
sizes. And we're going
Diversity.
to need lots of
Diversity.
ponies.
He's a politician.
We're going to need
Yes,
pony
yes.
drones. I mean, we're lots of things. Like, I mean, scientists are working on this stuff. I'm working on a particular version of chemtrails that they're going to be refractory, and they're going to be like rainbows. Okay,
Ooh,
so they'll
pretty.
reflect the sky, the sun in rainbows. So the sky will be full of beautiful, pretty rainbows. Chemtrails, who cares? They're pretty.
Right,
Once again, I'm working on a new formula for fracking fluid. It's going to be like nutritious and delicious and fluoridated and have vitamins and come in 3 flavors, and it will still catch on fire coming out of your tap. So don't worry about that. You'll still get
Right, right.
So the future is bright. There are solutions to these problems. And it is so bright, in fact, that we will have to wear welding goggles lest our retinas melt. So yes, I'm a very optimistic individual. And once again, Who is Vermin Supreme? The documentary on my political career available on Vimeo. Vermin Supreme for Overlord of Planet Earth. It's on YouTube. A crazy series of commercials. I'll give Rob Patillo and Quiet Desperation a plug. I was on his web series. I usually don't plug stuff, but I've started.
Good, good.
And
He's becoming a politician.
And
Yes,
bumper
yes.
stickers, and I got T-shirts, and they're available on the internet. Roving House on the internet. Type in Vermin Supreme in the Google, and all sorts of stuff comes up. I don't do content. I collaborate with people like you to make content. I am free content for you, the media. Thank you.
Very media.
I'm Vermin
I
Supreme.
thought Trump was media friendly. But my goodness.
Have you seen the T-shirt though?
No.
You look suspiciously like a zombie on that T-shirt.
Perhaps.
Are there any
There are-
skeletons in the closet?
There are many alternative universes and dimensions and time streams, and I'm only responsible for what goes on in this one.
Right. Or you will be once you're elected.
yes, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, but when elected, I will be conducting interdimensional warfare. I believe that's America's future.
Ooh, that's exciting.
We're gonna take on Narnia for starters. I believe we can, send troops
the one with
through
the
the
damn
wardrobe.
I think so.
Send in the pony drones and just take out those talking lions and witches and a direct threat to democracy. After that, look out, Middle Earth, you're next. Look out, you orcs. Look out, you trolls. You're boom, boom, boom. That's the sound of rock and awe.
Yes. And when ISIS sees all this, they'll just surrender.
Oh, yeah.
Because they'll be terrified. Or you can fight them with the zombies or whatever.
Oh
Or
yeah.
You have a plan
the,
for that,
the
right?
UN is on the verge of declaring zombie warfare. No. But until then, now pony drones, yes.
We
Pony
have a-
cluster bombs, yes.
We have a call. Hi, welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's on the line?
Hi, just wanted to tell Berman to take off another necktie because his friend Rick Santorum has dropped out of the presidential.
Oh, no.
Oh, Rick Santorum! You're out of here! Let me tell you a little story about Rick Santorum. We mixed it up. Mixed it up. You got some video you can show on that one. But in the 2012 campaign, my campaign staff was assaulted by his goons. So you got,
The boot almost fell off.
I'm telling you, that's how upset I am when I start talking about Rick Santorum.
Wait till you see what's under it.
Oh man.
That was over at
take
that
it off.
pub.
It was over at Jillian's. Yes.
Jillian's.
When
Was
he
it
was
Jillian's?
leaving, one of his goons, and I think it was just a generic Republican goons because I think he was doing security for Newt's thing too. But he had his knuckles taped up. We have the video. He was hitting
Really?
my handler Babs.
Yeah, I was there.
On the back of her head. You can see the video. She
Wow.
goes down, and you see this fist, and the hand comes back. If it was a shove, you'd have seen it like hand come back. But no, it was like this. And
Wow.
she went down. Flux went down. My camera documentarian.
That was in the parking structure.
It was in the
Yeah,
parking
that-
structure.
that-
They
Thank you for the
followed
call.
you.
It got really intense. Really.
You know what
heated.
your great
Yeah.
sin was? We saw you peeking in. They had taped up all the windows, but you
yes.
found that and you were
Oh
looking
yes,
in
and
there.
I was doing
that really got
broadcasting.
them-
I
yeah.
discovered that year that if you put your bullhorn up to a plate glass window, it resonates inside.
Yeah.
And, oh yes, because this week's going to be a lot of fun. There's a lot of candidates on the trail, and New Hampshire is so awesome for that. And me and my crew plan on popping all over. I will be tweeting. Tweet at Vermin Supreme, and when we're at a location, we'll tweet it out or go in somewhere. So if people want to come and join us, we always have a real good
Facebook.
time.
You're on Facebook.
Yeah, we'll be
Vermin
holding
Supreme.
signs. We'll be heckling the other candidates. We'll be interacting with all the supporters, trying to sway them to our way of thinking, the right way of thinking. Because that is one of the better parts of my campaign. A lot of it's on the internet, but a lot of it happens on the ground. And we are interacting with real police, real Secret Service, real support of other candidates. Come and join us at the protest pit at St. A's on Saturday, I think, or Friday or Saturday is the Republican debate out there. And so that's going to be crazy. So yeah, if there's big things, we'll be there. Thank you.
You didn't bother with Iowa, right? You're focused on the state
Once
that
again,
really
I'm
matters.
always planning the next 4 years ahead. You know,
Yes.
it's like, and in 2016, yeah, I want to go to Iowa. I want to get to Iowa. I want to do South Carolina. But things don't happen always. My goal, I have high goals, realistic expectations, and have been doing it so long that I don't get terribly disappointed when things don't totally happen. But I still believe it is possible. My goal, my eye is on the prize of the low-hanging fruit of federal election matching funds. $5,000. If one can raise $5,000 in each of 20 states, that will be matched.
$1
Oh,
million
The
okay.
Federal Election Commission. So if you raise 100,000, they double it, and that money is all spent during the primary. Donald Trump went very far. I mean, I just imagine how crazy and big my mess could be if I had that kind of money.
Yes.
I mean, I've been doing this for this is just a boot, and my campaign runs on a shoestring, and the shoestring holds up my pants.
Yes.
As a rule, I don't spend more than $3,000, or on average on a campaign.
Yes.
It's $1,000 to get on the ballot, and the rest is buying bumper stickers, and maybe another $500 on travel. I mean, traditionally, it's been under the $5,000 format that one would have to register with the FEC and all that.
Keep money out of politics. That's good.
Yeah. So, but I do have this idea where it's like nobody's told me it's not doable. It's
Right.
All I can do is find 50 people to kick down $100, or 100 people to kick down $50, and do that in 20 states.
Yeah.
But sadly, my campaign staff and fundraising staff are largely imaginary. And so that makes it a little difficult at times. After this election, I'm going to change it up. I'm going to fire them all. I'm going to fire them all.
I will get you some publicity because I will put you on the Facebook page for New Hampshire Right to Know GMO. As we're talking about the vote for next Wednesday, we will mention that you were here and that you endorsed the labeling bill, HR 1674.
Conditionally endorsed, I think it was.
Yeah, what was it?
There's a quid
sounds okay to me or something. What was it? Something like that.
Well, we got to.
And there's the quid pro quo involved.
Yes.
6 votes.
6 votes.
Hey, maybe we can get more.
Okay.
Well, we'll see. So we hope people will endorse Vermin, my new friend, and that they will also work on HB 1674 by calling their reps and telling them they got to vote for the people. Most people want mandatory GMO labeling on package. A lot of details on our Facebook page. There will be more going up on the website within hopefully today. And we need labeling. We need people.
I myself have been on a diet of GMOs for nothing but 10 years, and look at me now.
Yeah, there you go. We need to label it.
I read that you're only 36.
Indeed.
Yeah, wow.
Well, then he was running for president illegally.
More clear-headed than ever.
Well, yes, and he was born in Kenya or something.
Either that or you've been
Canada.
traveling back in time.
In place.
Yeah.
Well, that reminds me. Okay, so we should talk about ISIS. You said something about we got into it a little bit on John's show. Something about going back in time
We
and fighting
did.
with.
Yes, that's a canned response, of course. When anybody asks me tough questions like
Sure,
that,
sure.
It comes back
Go back
to these
in time.
things. Like,
Yes.
What are you gonna do about ISIS? I'm gonna go back in time. It's like boom, and you can't argue that.
Right.
It's like George W. Bush. They've invaded whatever. Let's cut taxes.
Yes.
So I've been I've been working with the time travel plank has been on my platform for a number of years. Once again, of course, going back in time, killing baby Hitler before he's even born with my own bare hands. And of course, that's initially it's just grabbing this old ethical dilemma that they teach in ethics class, but yet it's very illuminative. In fact, this year it became an issue. I mean, somebody actually asked. Well, it was weird because they asked Jeb Bush what the weirdest email he ever received. And luckily, it was mine.
Really?
I'm claiming that, yes.
Yeah.
So, but if you look, and he says, and they wanted to know if he was going to go back in time and kill baby Hitler.
Yeah.
And he said he would.
Yeah.
Now, he didn't say he will. I'm saying I will.
Yes.
And then somebody asked Ben Carson if he would abort baby Hitler.
Right.
And he said he would not abort anybody. And then I think a third person got asked the Hitler question recently. But yeah, so it was just an adaptation to that. If I go back in time, we can change everything that went wrong and stuff.
But is that a promise or is that a pledge?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
I'm satisfied with
Once
that.
again, of course, that's another. If somebody gives me an or question,
Sure,
the answer
sure.
is yes.
Yes.
So yes.
Well, you shouldn't have to
Little
choose.
political trick there for you.
Got it.
Here's a question. Are zombies considered genetically modified organisms?
Depends how they got zombified. It's possible. Now I know you're a libertarian, and I did have a great debate with Gary Johnson in 2012 at the
that's who I voted
Ron
for,
Paul Fest down in Tampa.
Yeah.
And he agreed with almost most, if not all, of my positions.
Yeah.
The toothbrushing, the time travel, but the one place we disagreed was zombies. And you should know this because I think Mr. Johnson might be running again a little bit.
Yes.
For the nomination, and of course I'm seeking the libertarian nomination too. I just throw that out there to you. But
You got to cover all the bases.
of course,
Yeah.
Gary Johnson said that he wanted to give zombies the right to vote.
Oh, see, that
If you
changes
can believe
everything.
that.
That changes
He
everything.
said that. It's on tape, and you should just know that would-be Gary Johnson supporters, he wants to give zombies the right to vote.
Don't
Now
they
that's
already?
interesting because
It's
see,
unconstitutional.
a zombie or a werewolf could vote in the state of New Hampshire, but how can can a vampire? Can you actually get a picture of them for a license or an ID? You can't see them in a mirror, right? So see, once again, this could be a very contentious issue.
John lives in a fantasy world.
Yeah, he's definitely.
Doesn't make him all bad.
Look at his jacket. He's clearly the strangest person in the room. I mean, look at this jacket.
And look at this, Furman. I'm
Oh, very
sure.
nice. Very nice.
Here we go.
Okay.
It is a Donald J. Trump tie.
Nice. Here, let me show you a little tie trick that I do. It's the only tie trick. So you should sort of casually. We're just talking. And then all of a sudden,
Oh my goodness! I'm glad I wasn't sitting next to you, Vermin. I would have pooped myself if you did that to me. That was
oh
very
yes.
startling.
And I get here.
Yeah, I mean, you
Here
know.
I'm removing the
body.
Santorum. I'm removing a tie for Santorum. There. Boom. Santorum.
Wow.
Done.
Yes,
I'm taking off my Donald Trump tie.
because of
All
Santorum.
right.
That doesn't even make
No.
sense. Oh,
And I borrowed this coin from the Hillary
Oh, yes.
headquarters.
All right.
Hillary Clinton
Oh
headquarters.
good. Oh good.
Now this tie it's a pretty good tie. As
is?
you can see, it's got a blood stain on it. I bought it on eBay.
Oh, okay.
This is allegedly from somebody that was crossing the border. So it did cost me quite a bit.
That's a tie clip mark of some sort, I think.
No, look at it. Look at it. You're not afraid of blood, are you?
Oh, yeah, I think.
I think
what's
No, somebody poked their resin. They cleaned up their resin poker on that. I think that's my.
I wonder-
it could be pony poop. Now that I think of it.
I think you've been
From the
had.
genetically
Since
engineered ponies.
since Donald Trump is still in the race, we thought, just as using this coin, flipping this
There you
coin,
go.
whether you'd like to win this tie or not.
Ooh, ooh,
Is
Should
it
we
working?
make,
ooh,
should we make six?
ooh.
Should we make
Sham!
six
Wow.
Sham, wow.
Should we make 6 calls in Iowa or is New Hampshire just 3? You have to call three.
All right.
All right.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm
it's
ready.
your
I'm
show.
ready
Why
this
not?
time.
It's your coin.
I'm super ready this time. I am so ready this time.
Call it.
Tails.
My God, look at it. 2.
That is tails. I can confirm
One.
that is tails.
It's got to be 3 straight, Vermin.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Tails.
That is tails.
Whoa!
Remarkable.
I watched the show.
And
last-
you
I
know, we
watched
can
the-
actually zoom in
I
on this
watched
to
the
show you
show.
that we are cheating.
got
One
the
more time.
same
You've
kind of
got
luck
to
as
go
the
3.
Hillary.
Let's see what
3
your
out of
luck.
3.
Is it only half as good as Hillary's?
Would be a third, actually. But,
Is this 2 out of 3?
No, 3 out of 3.
Tails.
Holy smoke!
wow. It's like fate, Vermin.
You
really
win a
is.
Donald Trump
Oh, my
necktie
goodness.
Thank you.
with either
I'm gonna
blood
put it on right now.
So,
poop.
so if Trump, you just got to remember, that's the one you got to take off if Trump drops out.
Yeah, I'm saving this one for Trump.
We have a caller. Hi, welcome
Oh.
to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's on the line?
Oh, John, just give him the necktie.
If you watched, he's already got it.
I got it. There's a little bit of a lag time, I think, but
Sticker from him.
We're on a
Thank you.
delay.
thank you.
Yes, yes. Vermin does have the tie.
Do you have any Tammy Simmons stories you'd like to share?
Give him the tie. There you go.
Yeah,
Just
doesn't he-
give me a bumper sticker.
Doesn't he look great in that tie?
Yeah.
It's kind of
Bumper
a-
stickers available on the internet.
Ooh, I've heard that.
And of
All
course,
right.
if you see
Thank
me,
you,
I got
caller.
them free. If you see me here this week in New Hampshire, I got a bumper sticker for you.
Really?
Oh
Okay.
yeah, for sure.
Not every candidate can say that,
No.
or they don't bother to.
Any yard signs?
Uh,
There were some
I got
earlier
some
this year.
stencils. I got some stencils. If you want me to stencil my name on your house, let me know.
I don't know how my landlord would feel about it.
I'm probably fine with it.
Probably. I don't know.
No problem.
Yeah, I'll have to check the lease.
Depends on whether he's a zombie or not.
Well, yeah, well, you know,
Or a pony hater.
yes. So what is it with the ponies? We're all going to get a free pony if you're an
Yes.
overlord or something?
Well, yes, it's a free pony for all Americans.
Okay.
Indeed, it's an economic stimulus program. It's very Keynesian in a sense, I suppose. What you may remember from economics class, there was a thing called the buggy whip maker. when they were talking about extinct occupations.
Oh,
I am bringing that back, baby.
okay.
American manufacturers are going to go into overtime. The factories that produce novelty oversized pony sunglasses and novelty oversized pony hats, round the clock. The trade industries will be retrofitting all buildings in America to make them pony accessible. Detroit will stop producing automobiles and producing pony carts. Gas stations will be produced by hay stations and alfalfa stations. It's going to be a whole different world, but just think of the jobs. The Pony Poop Conservation Collection Corps of America will give every last American a job.
We'll be a pony-based economy.
Pony-based economy.
We have another call.
Cool. Super cool.
Hi, welcome to Mac. Oh, they hung up. Call back, caller, please, if you have something for Vermin.
Yeah.
We could get Tom back on from England.
Yeah, well,
But then he would speak for 15 straight minutes. On,
Right. Has he voted his absentee ballot yet?
I'm sure. Well, he's not from. He's
Oh, he's not
not
in New
from,
Hampshire, right?
He's
Okay.
not in New Hampshire.
yeah.
He's
Screw him then.
geez, I don't know where he lives. He's one of those people that lives in various places.
Expats.
Yes.
He's
You
an
can't
expat.
trust him.
And what about the giant teeth there?
Oh, well,
those are very.
they go with the toothbrush.
Those are very
of course.
intimidating.
I'm
They're-
colorblind, so you
Yes.
know.
Are those
Is that
real, like-
shocking pink?
Oh, all right, here's our caller. We have our caller back. Hold on, Vermin. We have a call. Hi, welcome to Unleashed. Who's on the line?
Hey, this is Norm. Hey, I would like to ask the gentleman if they were having a peace conference to talk about getting away from the war. Do you think we could accomplish a lot by smoking a joint and passing the joint around to each other? And would he legalize it?
Good question, Norm.
Heck yeah. Yeah, oh yeah, I would get ISIS wicked stoned, and then I would pony drone them.
Yes.
Totally, for peace. Thank you.
Thank you, Norm.
Thank you, Norm. Keep on smoking.
Norm is a psychic.
Ah, very good.
We'll have to see what he predicts for you.
And once again, of course, the mandatory toothbrushing law, I
Yes.
do not want people to be fooled by false teeth profits. Okay? The fact of the matter is the use of tartar control now will negate the need for crowd control later. This mandatory toothbrushing law is not about the secret dental police kicking down your door at 3 a.m. to make sure you've brushed.
Oh, good.
It is not about the government-issued toothpaste containing an addictive yet harmless substance. It is not about the dental re-education centers. It is not about the preventative dental maintenance detention facilities. It is not even about the DNA gene splicing to create a race of winged monkeys to act as tooth fairy enforcers. What this mandatory toothbrushing law is really all about is strong teeth for a strong America. Thank you. I'm Vermin Supreme.
That sounds good to me.
As a libertarian, you'd support mandatory toothbrushing?
Well, yes, because I think it's important. How else are we going to defeat ISIS if we don't have strong teeth?
I think that
See?
you were fooling us a little bit. You're libertarian. You must be on the left side of the spectrum.
I'm just trying to be his VP. I want to be his VP.
He hasn't offered you it yet.
No, I'm on the short list. He told me.
Gonna get all my
All
friends.
three of us run the short.
Yes,
Yes,
yes. I'll be
yes.
pulling up the short bus later. And, we'll all get on board.
Yes.
I think something
What-
just dropped on the floor.
What fell?
I don't know,
Oh,
but
your
I-
phone. You dropped your phone.
I'm wondering about this computer over here on your show, Matt. Are we being spied on?
Probably. What is your position on spying? There, Vermin.
Have you been spied on, or have you ever been a spy?
Once again, of course, I believe that as long as the data collection is for our enhanced dental well-being, then it's okay.
Okay.
I think it's okay.
It's hard to argue with that,
Yes.
and I believe that is.
I
officially what they
believe
say
you're
it's for.
referring to my undercover role as Ken Stevenson back in 2008 when I made the movie Vote Jesus, soon available on Vimeo.
Oh.
I went undercover as a right-wing fundamentalist anti-sodomite candidate named Ken Stevenson. zany hijinks ensued. We attended many wonderful right-wing events. I got to have a sit-down interview with Jerry Falwell.
Really?
I sat down and interviewed Ken Ham of the Creationist Museum.
Oh.
We went to the grand opening of the Creationist Museum.
That must have been
We
great.
attended Billy Graham crusades. We went to a teen abstinence rally at the Philly Spectrum Center, which was over the top. And yes, we made this very amusing mockumentary about my character. The original concept was it was going to be Vermin Supreme goes undercover,
Yeah.
but then it was like Vermin Supreme didn't have to be in that movie, and it all became about the character of Ken Stevenson and how my character was running for president and got rejected at every turn.
Yeah.
And my essential tactic was I was outflanking them on the right.
Okay.
And we attended the Value Voter Summit
Yep.
2 years running.
Yeah.
And I was trying to get them to vote for me, and it was great. It was great. The people were really loving me. And,
Yeah.
as this other right-wing fundamentalist candidate. And,
Yeah.
I think I could do.
Now,
well
did
there.
you the patriarchal beard? Did that?
I had it cropped. I had
Oh,
it
you
cropped
did?
pretty
Oh, okay.
tight. I
Really?
cleaned up very well. I was in the suit and the tie, and yes, I was going for that. I wanted to be part of it.
You know,
Wow.
it's fascinating because just looking at you now, if you've ever seen Michelangelo, have you ever been to Rome and seen Michelangelo's? It's Moses. Not only do you have a Moses-like beard, but it's interesting when you see
Wow.
the sculpture of Moses.
You're right, David. You can be David.
Yeah.
He has.
Go ahead, put your finger out. That's it.
I think we need the we need the
that was
glitter
our
dust.
history reference.
This is a little homoerotic for me. But he actually has like two little horns on his head,
Yeah.
and you seem to on your boot have two little. Well, look on the side. On the side.
Oh.
Look at these things. They're like horns.
You're right.
Are you the Moses that America's been looking for?
I'm a little devil. I'm a horny little devil. If
goodness.
if that's what you're getting at.
Oh my goodness.
The Clinton era is over.
Oh, we can only hope.
It may not be.
The Bill Clinton era.
It's
Yes,
not
yes.
over yet, my friends.
No.
Yeah,
That's why you must vote for me. Come on, Hillary's
Yeah.
going to get plenty of votes. Bernie's going to get lots of votes. They're covered. I need your votes. Once again, I'm very cautiously optimistic that I will be crushing Martin O'Malley, but he's still on the ballot. I'm afraid some contrarians are going to start voting for Martin O'Malley just to screw with me.
Yes.
So I don't want none of that. So I need your votes, people. I need your votes. Hillary will do fine. If you're voting for Hillary, vote for me instead. If you're thinking to vote for Bernie, he's going to do great. He's going to crush Hillary.
Yeah.
Vote for me instead, because I'm asking you. I'm begging you. I'm here right now. I'm groveling. Please.
And in Ward 6, you're at the top of the ballot.
Ward 6, top of the ballot to you people. Ward 6, it's never been more easy to vote for Vermin Supreme. Cream of the crop. They say the cream rises, and there it is. Check it off.
Check the cream.
You don't even have to look at the second name, let alone the rest of them. No, it's right there. Boom.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you, randomized computer generator. Or hacker anonymous.
Oh my.
Now, why did you choose to run as a Democrat this time after being with the Grand Old Party?
Well,
2008, 2012.
In 2012, didn't you run as a
It was,
Democrat?
once again,
good.
the fact of the matter is, it's a flag of convenience.
Yeah.
I'm a rhino or a dino. I'm really not of either party. And whatever party I am with, the other party is going to make fun of the other party for me being a member of it.
Right.
So that's just the way it is. I like to share the love.
Yes.
I think I enjoy myself being more on the Republican party on that ticket. But I looked at it hard, and I had to look at what I did in 2012. I came in, third behind Barack Obama. And I figured that was with 833 votes. If I can get the 1,000 votes to remain competitive, I just believe it was a strategic decision. It wasn't, had nothing to do with policy or positions. It was more about coming in tight behind Hillary, Bernie, and maybe Biden. Martin O'Malley, he was a wild card. I wasn't expecting that. Neither was he, apparently.
I remember at the forum that I saw you at in 2012 at St. Anselm College,
Yes.
where you glitter bombed
Yes.
Randall Terry. He was also running as a Democrat.
He was indeed.
which was very strange.
Well, everybody runs for different reasons.
Yeah.
Everybody has their things that they're trying to accomplish, and
Yeah.
his was to mess with Obama,
Yeah.
running as a Democrat. He did get some delegates in Oklahoma.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, well, okay.
But he was running for president primarily because it was fundraising tool.
Yeah.
And they wanted to run their graphic mangled fetus commercials during the Super Bowl.
Yes.
That was his end game.
Political, they can't pull it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it didn't work out for him, but that was what he was attempting to accomplish.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember he I didn't know that much about him until then, and then I researched him, and I guess he's famous for chaining himself to sinks in abortion clinics and things
yes,
like that.
and he threw a human fetus as a stunt once, and Operation Rescue, and all of these things, and a little bit of a nemesis for me.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, let's ask let's ask some hard questions. What would you be willing to be chained to?
Can
we get that picture of Donald Trump's daughter again?
Oh my! Oh my!
Yeah, what do you got? Hey.
Let's say, would you be chained to Hillary Clinton for a period of time?
What's in it for me?
You're the one running for president, not me.
If that's what the people wanted, yes. If that was part of the game show, yes.
Well, you could always ask Bill Clinton for advice on what that's like.
Oh God! Getting into some weird territory. This is worse than the what was it, bull
your-
porn?
It's your show.
Yeah.
You still gotta sit there.
It's still daytime. It's not even late night.
Yeah,
On Amsterdam, we can swear.
I'm gonna have nightmares now. Are you gonna be on Amsterdam tonight?
It sounds like that. Yes.
Excellent,
Yes.
good.
I am getting out of the vote, and finally, I've made this media breakthrough where
Yes.
they're not afraid of me anymore. And so yes.
Well, you are beloved now. You have
Yes.
to.
It's a pretty
people
crazy thing.
They're waiting for you.
You know, when I was a younger person, I just think it's the gray beard. I think it's given me a lot of gravitas. I think the lines on my face and the cragginess have just added this whole new dimension of being taken seriously. Don't ask me why.
People trust you. It's
Yes.
it's about trust.
Indeed.
People trust.
Yeah, I'd say it's the galoshes with the buckles. It was too aggressive.
Perhaps
This
that
is
was
much
it, yes.
more
Streamlined.
stylish.
Yes.
I
More
trust
you.
I trust this man with an arsenal of lasers. I do.
Thank you.
I do.
Well, he has to explain that, Matt, because not everybody's going to watch Ward 13.
That's true.
You'll
yes.
have to explain
That's
what
true.
is the campaign promise.
Well, once again,
to New Hampshire?
citizens of New Hampshire, first of all, you might want to type in John McCain and Vermin Supreme. You'll see a nice little video. Back in one of the campaigns, I asked him if it was true that Karl Rove was responsible for the destruction of the Old Man of the Mountain. There is video of John McCain saying yes. I
believe it.
As a matter of fact, Karl went up there with a bunch of dynamite and in a fit of anger, blew it up. He asked the FBI to look into it several times to no avail.
Yeah.
And so, John McCain's always played along with me nice.
Yeah.
But be that as it may, I have a plan that will involve reconstructing the Old Man of the Mountain. I am going to make it bigger, super bigger. It's going to be visible for like states over. It's going to be miles and miles, and you'll be able to see miles and miles from it. It's going to be bigger than the Statue of Liberty. It's going to be the Old Man of the Mountain of Liberty, and it's going to be the seat of all government, and we're going to move into it, and it's going to be this really sweet supervillain, superhero style lair with the hot tubs and the nuclear weapons and all that stuff, and it's going to be shooting lasers out its eyes and breathing fire and vomiting glitter all over Vermont. And yes, that's my promise to you, the people of New Hampshire. Rebuild the Old Man of the Mountain.
Can you legally, though, my one concern, vomit glitter onto Vermont?
They do have some tough ecological laws.
Yeah.
Let him build a wall.
They could build a dome, I suppose, and that'll protect them from the glitter vomit.
Yes.
Yeah.
That could work.
I'm just thinking that these seats are so sturdy because I almost fell off.
Oh, my.
Let's hope they have some insurance if that happens.
Yes.
Oh, my.
Wow. So we have about 5 minutes left. So Vermin, what should we know about where should people go online to follow your media appearances and find out how to contribute to your campaign and all that?
Quite frankly, at Vermin Supreme on Twitter.
Okay.
On the Facebook, Vermin Supreme for President. Vermin Supreme for President -10 million strong. and my own homepage that has all the Vermin media coming out. VerminSupreme2016.com is not updated, not complete, but it does have some stuff on it. Really, your best bet is just randomly Googling me.
Yes.
Yes. So if you just Google me up, there's a lot of content. If you want to Google the most recent, Google up the last day or the last week.
Yeah.
And it's just a steady stream at this point. It's been a very interesting campaign for me. I mean, in previous years, my whole campaign involved coming up here for 1 week.
Yeah.
1 week before the primary, hit all the candidates, and boom, I was done until the conventions.
Yeah.
But after 2012, the people spoke, my message was heard, it resonated, and now it's just a steady stream. And it's very heartening, it's very beautiful, and I've been receiving nothing but love, and I just appreciate the appreciation, and I am very open and accepting of it. And I thank you for having me on the show, and I
thank you.
the people of New Hampshire for allowing me to do the things that I do. And I will do my best to harass as many candidates as I can this week. And hopefully there will be some video out of them or some tweets. And if you want me to come to your college, or you can bring me there. You can talk to me if you have a social organization or house parties. I do house parties. You invite all your friends over. We have a potluck. We show one of my movies, and then I shake them down, pass the boot.
Sure.
It's fast, it's fun. It's that simple.
Yeah.
So there's all these things. You can contribute to my campaign through PayPal. My PayPal address is verminsupreme2016@gmail.com. The movie is Vote Jesus. Will be on Vimeo soon.
Yeah.
Also, Vermin Supreme. Who is Vermin Supreme? And Outsider Odyssey is the documentary that you want to watch on Vimeo. And those are the only paid content. Everything else is free.
Okay.
And vote for me, Vermin Supreme.
Well, you're getting the Matt Connarton Unleashed bump and the Ward 13 bump.
Boom!
Yeah, give him the Ward 13 bump, John.
Officially endorsed.
And the Bonnie Wright bump.
Boom!
He gets the Ward 13 electors.
Yes, yes. We're going to give you our delegates.
Nice.
And of course, Bonnie, you've got the big vote next. So it's a week from today?
A week from today, we believe.
Yes.
Asking people to call their reps and telling them that they want labeling. Very simple, easy. Information on New Hampshire Right to Know GMO.org.
Yes.
Facebook page. Questions, email me, info@nhrighttoknowgmo.org.
It's like liberty is being inflated before us.
Love America more! Love America more! Love America more! Love America more! Love it more! Love America! Love America! Love America!
It's a good thing I didn't wear my toupee today.
I already told him he had me at lasers.
Thank you for loving America more.
John, anything you'd like to plug?
Good God.
Aside from Trump's daughter there. Reference to call back to the previous
I'm
show.
speechless.
Yes. So, well, we got 2 minutes left.
Yay.
One more question, Vermin.
Yes. Yes, sir.
When did you first run? When was your first?
I
foray
ran
into
for mayor
this?
of Baltimore in 1987. I ran for mayor of Detroit in 88. I ran for mayor of the Eastern Seaboard in 91. 92 was the first time that I started co-opting the presidential primary up here in New Hampshire. That's when I got my first national press. I challenged Senator Tom Harkin to a dueling chainsaw grudge match in the Steel Cage of Doom.
Yes.
And then got... ever since then, it's been smooth sailing.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. I had heard that you had run for mayor.
Yes.
Prior to all
I was
this,
on
but I
the
wasn't sure.
DC primary ballot in 04, got 144 votes. I was on the Republican ticket here in 08. I got 44 votes. And the last time I got 833 votes. And now with all my opposition dropping out of the race, I think I might do quite well.
There you go.
in New
There you
Hampshire.
go.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Yes. All right.
Cautiously optimistic.
Yes. Well, hopefully the Baltimore connection is the only thing you have in common with
Did
O'Malley.
O'Malley beat you?
He's dropped out, but he's still
So
on the
you've
ballot.
had your revenge now.
Oh,
In Baltimore, yes, because
we'll see.
I assume O'Malley beat you in Baltimore, right? And that's-
I was up against
Now you're getting your
Kurt
comeuppance?
Smoke then.
Oh,
But,
okay.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to.
I know. I
you
wish
know,
it was like that.
I was trying to spin it for you,
Yeah.
so it
yeah,
made it sound
exactly.
like you crushed O'Malley.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
O'Malley. Yeah. I'll never forget what he did to my cat that one time. Martin O'Malley ran over my cat.
Yeah. Well.
Oh.
That's why I have it out for him.
The cat didn't become a zombie?
Well, it did.
That's 9 lives.
Oh, see, there you go. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. Bonnie, John, and of course, the next president of the United States.
President
Vermin
of New
Supreme,
Hampshire.
President of New Hampshire, Overlord, and all that good stuff. And thank you, everybody, for watching. We'll have this up on YouTube by probably about 9 p.m. tonight if you didn't get to see it live, and or if you're catching the end of it live, I should say. And I'll be back later with Gary for Rock, Paper, Hand Grenades. And don't forget, if you are watching live on Wednesday, Vermin will be on Mansterdam tonight at 10 p.m. right back here. Woo! All right. Thanks, everybody. Talk next.